So you have a home equity line of credit, or you have ability to get equity on your home. In this video, I'm gonna show you what are the 4 ways that you can use your home equity line of credit, or also known as HELOC, to be able to get into the investment real estate game and multiply your returns with minimal risk, okay, in the investment real estate market. So my name is Raul Bluefin, and I help people start and scale their real estate investing businesses, whether it's getting that first deal or whether it's just multiplying your deals every month, all virtually, wholesaling real estate all the time. So without further ado, let's jump into HELOCs, home investment line of credit, and what do you do with them? What are they? Because if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, you might have equity in your home. You might have bought it in for 200 and it's now worth 400 because the market's crazy. And you probably want to find a way to take advantage of that equity, use it to multiply your money, maybe buy some more properties, maybe do some things that could actually generate wealth for you in the future, maybe rental income. And if you don't know what to do, or if you don't know exactly how to use it, you could miss out on the market, and I don't want you to do that. You could maybe just miss out on deals. You might use the money incorrectly in real estate, and we don't want that to happen. We want you to use the money correctly so you can make the most amount of money. And if you don't know how to use it correctly, you might risk the equity of your home, which is not good. So let's get into the 4 ways that we would use home equity lines of credit, or I would think about it when you're looking with a HELOC, when you have a property. So let's start with number 1. What is a home equity line of credit, or home HELOC, what they call it, okay? And what a HELOC is simply you bought a house years ago, or you bought it at a certain point in time for a price. Let's call it $200,000. Now, because the market has gone up, it's worth $400,000, okay? So there's $200,000 in equity, okay? So home equity line of credit. So with that $200,000 in equity, the bank will give you a percentage of that for you to use as a line of credit, or basically a bank account that you have direct access to, almost like a credit card, so that you can use it to purchase another home, or you can use it to buy a car or a boat. I wouldn't recommend that, but you theoretically can do that, okay? And actually, that is how a lot of people got burned in 2006, 2007 in that crash. People got HELOCs, home equity lines of credit, and bought boats and fancy cars and things that didn't make any money, and people lost it all, okay? So there's a lot of people that absolutely crushed it in 2006 with the HELOCs, and there's a lot of people who didn't. And in this video, I wanna share with you the 4 ways of how to crush it. So now that we know what a HELOC is, it's basically the spread between the equity that you have, what you bought it at and what the equity is now. The bank will give you a percentage of that. Typically, it's about 70 to 80%, depending with banks. So if you have 200,000 in equity, they will give you 140,000 on average. It depends on your credit, the bank, things like this. However, I would consult with a mortgage broker, or your local bank, whoever you have your banking with, your loans with. But it's typically a percentage of the equity. All right, so now that we know what that is, let's keep using that example, right? We got the $200,000 house we bought 10 years ago. Now it's worth $400,000 in this market, 2021. As I'm filming this, the market is on fire, okay? And although the prices are high, still in our company, we're buying tons of houses for rentals and investment because it's a great, great market. So I don't want you to miss out. How can you get a piece of this action? Cool. So let's jump into it. You got that $200,000. Let's call it $140,000 because that's what they're actually going to lend you, right? They're going to put that $140,000 into a bank account for you, right? And it's going to have your name on it, and you're going to have full access to it. You can write checks from it. You can put a credit card on it. They might give you a credit card for that. You can send wire transfers, ACHs, whatever. It's your bank account. However, once you use that money, it's not free, right? Once you use that money, there is an interest rate you have to pay. It's typically a little bit above market rate. So right now, if you were to get a HELOC, I would say consult with a mortgage person. Should be anywhere from 4.5 to 5.5% interest rate on that money. So you got that $200,000 house worth 400. You got 200 in equity. The bank is going to give you 140 of that. That 140 is going to be in a bank account. You don't have to pay any money for that right now. But if you go to buy a house, or if you go to use that money, let's say you're going to use 100,000 of it, well, now you have to start paying the interest rate that the bank gives you. Let's call it 5%. Now you start using it. But when it's in the bank account not doing anything, you don't pay. So that's why a HELOC is so amazing if you know how to use it and you know how it all works. Because it doesn't really cost you a thing unless we use it. And we want you to use it for the right things. So number one, how can you use this HELOC? You got this 140K. You put it as a down payment for another cash flowing property, another investment property, either that's cash flowing or that it's very close to cash flow, meaning it doesn't need too many repairs. It's not like a huge headache, okay? So that would be the first way. So assume you got that 140K, you go to your mortgage broker, you go to your realtor, or you find a property that's in your backyard or anywhere, and you're like, I love this property, it's rented for $1,000, I could buy it for $100,000 or $120,000. The down payment is $40,000 because typically it's conventional 20 to 30% down. Well, you can get that $30,000 to $40,000 down for that investment property from your HELOC. And now you're paying 5% to the HELOC and you're paying the mortgage, but you'd have to do the math and make sure that the rent can pay for both of that and profit, okay? And then in the future, you can refinance this house to get out of the HELOC. There's a lot of things you could do. You could get the income of the property and pay off the HELOC little by little. So there's a lot of ways you could play the game, but that's one option. Number two option, use your HELOC money to buy or put down for a fix and flip property. So if your goal with getting a HELOC or you're going real estate is to make cash quickly and you don't really care about the passive cash flow income like a lot of us do, and it's okay. I like the flips. We do both. We do flips and we do holds. So it's completely normal. So if you really want to go the flip route, that you want to generate a little bit more cash right now because you want to increase your cash reserve in your bank, or maybe you just want a little bit more money for you and maybe an extra $10,000, $15,000 every month or two with flips to just, I don't know, fuel lifestyle, that's completely cool. So what you can do with that HELOC is use it for a fix and flip down payment and repair money. And how would you do that? So let's say you find a fix and flip. I would say wherever you are in town, if you're in Florida, maybe you're in California, maybe you're in New York, maybe you're in Texas, I would find local wholesalers in your neighborhood where you want to buy fix and flip properties, get on their wholesale list, and you are now a cash buyer. You have 140K in that bank account, okay? Cash, you could write a check instantly. No one's gonna tell you anything. Now, what do? So you find that investment property typically through a wholesaler or a good realtor that knows about investment deals, and then you can either buy it all cash if it's within the 140K in this example, or you can get a private money lender and then use your money as a down payment for the repairs. So that's kind of like two ways in one, right? If you want to fix and flip and make an extra 15, 20, 30, 40K on a fix and flip, that's awesome. I love that idea. Take that money from the home equity line of credit, put it into that either all cash or with a private money loan, and there you go. So that was actually way number 3. So I kind of skipped over it. So way number 2 was buy another fix and flip property all cash with that 140. And way number 3 is get a private money loan, right? So let's say the new house is $200,000 that you were gonna buy, but it's worth $350 all fixed up. Well, your down payment on that with a private money loan is 20%. So you put 40K down, right? You got 140 in this equity line. You put 40 over here to buy this new house. You put another 40,000 to repair it. So that's 80 gone from here. But then if you profit 50K, you get all your investment back plus 50 that you can put back in there or anything you want. And so way number 4, and this is probably my favorite way. This is how we're trying to buy, this is how we're buying 2 houses every month and pretty much not missing out and hitting all angles. The best way is if you have some cash, find a local wholesaler or local real estate investor, local fix and flipper, local buy and hold guy, whatever you want to do. If you're looking for cash flow, like just monthly income, find a good buy and hold investor, a good rental, a landlord, and invest with him and do a profit share. Or if you want to do a fix and flip deal, if you want to like just rehab a house, fix it, make a quick 30, 40K, find a fix and flipper and offer to partner for an equity. So how we do it is, since we're really good at finding off-market deals through Google ads and text message marketing and pretty much nationwide, we find a ton of great properties off market and like at deep discounts. So a lot of people cannot find it because they're just not in the market like we are. So what we do is that we find the deal, we do the work, someone with money comes in as a partner with me, and we split the deal in a certain equity. It could be 60-40, 50-50, 70-30, whatever you decide. And that is one of the best ways, I feel, to use your home equity line of credit to the maximum advantage with the least amount of risk. Get a partner who's crushing it at fix and flips, or crushing it at landlording, or being a renter, a landlord and rent and having people rent properties. Partner with them and offer a 60-40 split. You put the money, maybe put a little bit of work, do 50-50, and get this guy's expertise, or girl's expertise, and absolutely crush it with your money that you got from the home equity line of credit. The ultimate goal is, do not use this home equity line of credit money for something that's not gonna make you money, okay? Do not buy a car or a boat. You can, but that's not the purpose of why you get that. It's to make more money and increase your wealth. And in real estate, those are the top 4 ways. I'd highly recommend doing it. If you guys love this video, liked it, please share, like, subscribe, and click that bell if you want to get notified every time I make a new video. You'll be notified right away. I come out with tips and tricks about 3 times a week. Also, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Raul Bluefit, and you can see some of my new stuff there. Anyways, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.